Florian Wirtz has transferred from Bayer Leverkusen to Liverpool for over 100 million. People are already calling him overrated, not worth it, way too much. And for 100 million, you're not going to say it's a bargain, but I feel like he's definitely worth it. And before I start rambling on, I want to clarify I'm not a Liverpool fan or a Bayer Leverkusen fan. And also, before I start rambling on, like, subscribe, and comment something for the algorithm. Currently, Wirtz is 22 years old, and I'm going to go season by season, showing him how good he's been. So first, we'll go to his first full season, 2020-21 season. First full season where he's been playing pretty much all the games was the 2021 season. And right there, he was about 18, 17 years old. Super young, but he still played over 38 games. And in those 38 games, he scored 8, assisted 8. At 17, 18 years old, that's remarkable. 17, 18-year-olds are playing in the under-21s. And that in itself is a great season for a 17 or 18-year-old. Even playing that much games is great for them. Then now his next season was the 21-22 season. That was his real breakthrough season. He's not even 20 years old at this point, remember that. And in this season, he played 31 games, 10 goals, 14 assists. And that's in all competitions. And that means he's nearly got a goal contribution nearly every single game. That's 24 goal contributions. And near the end of the season, he got a big injury. It was something ligament injury, I'm not too sure. So he couldn't even play all the games. Then the next season, 22-23 season. This is where Florian Wirtz came back from his injury. And players, when they come back from injury, they're not usually the sharpest. They don't usually increase on their stats. And you see this when he gets 4 goals and about 3 assists in 25 appearances. But even make it 25 appearances, be it substitute appearances or in the first 11, is still really good because of the injury he picked up. It was a massive injury. It took him out for at least 3 to 4 months. And then the 23-24 season came about. That's the season where everyone knew him. That's the season where he went invincible in the league. He won the cup, nearly went invincible in Europe, and nearly won the invincible treble. He just missed out on the invincible treble by losing the Europa League final. But even then, he had an insane breakthrough season with Xabi Alonso. He was the main man in that Bayer Leverkusen side. In that season, he played 49 appearances. He got 18 goals and 20 assists. That is insanely good. That's about 38 goal contributions in 49 appearances. And in this season, he was rivaling Jamal Musiala. At the time, he was the big wonder kid. There was a huge debate, him or Musiala. And in this season, I guess, Wirtz triumphed. And in this season, he also played in Euros, but he didn't do that good. He scored in the opening game against Scotland and also played in the game with Germany got knocked out to Spain in the quarterfinals. But all in all, wasn't the best Euros tournament. But him personally, club-wise, he did phenomenal. And if he wasn't in the Bundesliga, if he was in the Premier League, I'm pretty sure he would have been in the Ballon d'Or talks. But for some reason, he wasn't. Then we got this season. The season that made Liverpool buy Wirtz for over 100 million. In this season, he got 16 goals and 15 assists in 45 appearances. That is insanely good. People say it's a drop-off, but even topping last season is next to impossible. And he was very close to topping it. Now, the reason Liverpool paid over 100 million is because he's 22 years old. He's already pretty much world-class. He's at the Ballon d'Or level, I feel like. And in my opinion, he's in the top 5 young footballers currently right now. A friend of mine said this is his top 5. You could tell he's a Chelsea fan like me. He said it's Palmer, Estevao, Musiala, Cherki, and Desiree Doué. Now, Musiala and Palmer, you can debate about that, and okay, you can say they're in the top 5. And I also said Yamal, but we'll stick to like midfielders and attackers. We'll just take out Yamal, he's more of a winger. And yeah, so he said Musiala and Palmer are in his top 5. And yeah, that's okay. And he did put Wirtz in there. That's what he's trying to tell me about. He's saying he's overrated, he's not worth it. And he put Cherki, Doué, and Estevao. Estevao is a hard one. He's been playing phenomenal in Brazil and has been doing really good. That doesn't necessarily always translate to being good in Europe. I feel like he is. As a fellow Chelsea fan, I hope he does. I feel like he's insanely good. He'll be like the next Neymar. But Doué and Cherki, let's talk about them. Cherki, he's been doing it a few years, just like Wirtz. but Wirtz will be doing it on another level. The goal contribution that Wirtz bring is much bigger than Cherki. Cherki is a better dribbler and he's probably more faster. And the amount that City paid for him is a much better deal than what Liverpool paid for. But I feel like Wirtz will be doing it in the Champions League at a higher level, and I feel like in the Bundesliga it's much harder than in Ligue 1. Wirtz has just been producing a higher goal contribution compared to Ryan Cherki. Now Desiree Doué, that's a hard one. Currently he's the talk of the world. He's the big thing. But I feel like he's not better than Wirtz. He just had a good 6 months, and it's been an insane 6 months where he's carried PSG to the Champions League, and he's been doing great for them. But I feel like Wirtz is still better. Wirtz has been doing it for 3-4 years. Doué has just come into the scene. I know he did good with Rennes, but he really leveled it up with PSG, and I'm talking about then. And those 6 months has been phenomenal, but I don't think he's better than Wirtz. And that same friend also said Barcola was better than Wirtz. Let me tell you something. If Wirtz was in the PSG team, he wouldn't be replaced by Desiree Doué. That's what happened to Barcola. He's playing the first half of the season, then he got replaced. I think even Kvaratskhelia replaced him, and should definitely be in the team ahead of Kvaratskhelia. Now, people are saying the transfer fee is way too much. I feel like it's a great deal. It's obviously not a bargain. It's for 100 million. You're not going to get a bargain for 100 million, but I feel like it's definitely worth it. There's been much worse transfer fees, like Mikhail Mudryk to Chelsea. As a Chelsea fan, I feel kind of bad saying that. I don't think he'll flop. But anyways, we talked about Wirtz. There are much worse players who's been signed for 100 million, and Wirtz is definitely not one of them. He's already at a Ballon d'Or level. He just needs a PR from the Premier League, and I'm telling you, he will be in the Ballon d'Or talks. He's 22 years old. He's already at a high level, playing for Germany, playing for Bayer Leverkusen, who reached the Champions League quarterfinals, I think. And he's been phenomenal for them. I feel like he'll be phenomenal for Liverpool. And bar Salah, and you could say Van Dijk, but he's a defender. But barring Salah, he'll be Liverpool's best player, Wirtz. I'm telling you. Guaranteeing you 30 goal contributions in all competition for Florian Wirtz. He is that good. Let me know what's your take. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching.